Hey guys, Seth Fuller, your Texas trial champion here, and as a juvenile attorney for 15 years, when I see a headline that says two juveniles arrested during school walkout in Kyle, immediately I'm interested. When I see that it's shared by Greg Abbott on Facebook, I'm like, all right, this is my jam. This is going to be interesting. I, of course, immediately know it's about the ICE protests and that's what the walkout was about because, in any event, Mr. Abbott goes on to say it's about time students like this were arrested. Harming someone is a crime even for students. Then he says disruptive walkouts allowed by schools lead to this kind of chaos. And I'm like, yeah, fair enough. I mean, protests are commonly met with arrests, and once in a while met with violence. And so I clicked on the article, and the Kyle Police Department says in no uncertain terms that they are aware that people are saying this is related, and they say this is completely unrelated to the walkout. Basically, they were there for the walkout, and they saw other students apparently away from the walkout consuming alcohol. Again, because it would be really silly to walk out of school with a beer, don't you think? In any event, just kind of funny that Craig Abbott is like, disruptive walkouts allowed by schools lead to just this. And literally the Kyle Police Department, a very conservative area, by the way. We're not talking about liberal Washington or anything, but says that, no, this has nothing to do with the walkout. It's funny. So I just imagine these two kids skipping school on the day that the walkout was happening, go across the street, grab a beer. They don't realize the walkout's happening. All the other students come out, and then here comes the police, and they get caught, and they apparently fought the police and get arrested for assaulting a police officer, consumption in public, resisting arrest, all that sort of thing, which I agree with Greg Abbott, that harming someone is a crime, even for students. Completely agree. You can't harm someone even as a student. You will get arrested in Texas for sure. But then again, caught my interest as we go on is schools and staff who allow this behavior should be treated as co-conspirators and should not be immune for criminal behavior. I don't know what immune for criminal behavior means. That seems like maybe not good English, but maybe it's the public school system. In any event, I just think it's interesting that school and staff who allow this behavior. Back to, it says it had nothing to do with the walkout, but even if it is related to the walkout, let's say these guys had alcohol in the walkout or were just walkout and resisting. Schools and staff who allow this behavior. How exactly did they allow this behavior? I'm very confused. He says, maybe to clarify following, we are also looking into stripping the funding of schools that abandon their duty to teach our kids the curriculum required by law. Again, I don't know if a walkout has something to do with the curriculum. Did the teachers teach them something that caused this? Were they teaching, like, I don't know, Martin Luther King or something stupid during Black History Month, and we just can't have that sort of thing in the curriculum? In any event, I just, this seems like like, I agree with everything, and then I'm like, wait, what is Governor Greg Abbott saying here? And this is the official account, so it really is. So let's break this down. School and a staff who allow this behavior. Again, so if the kids walk out, school and a staff should be treated as co-conspirators for the kids who resist arrest, or did the teachers like tell the kids to do it, and then the police are covering it up by saying it's unrelated? I just have no idea what he's talking about except gaslighting and dog whistling for anybody that walkouts are bad and lead to violence. Protests lead to violence, as we've seen. I don't know, but I just don't understand. There's no connection. Mr. Abbott does not try to connect these two kids being arrested for what are definitely crimes, and what I didn't see anybody excusing or anything. There's nothing in the article about anybody saying this was okay, anybody saying they shouldn't have been arrested, but and Greg Abbott's assertion that school and staff who allow this behavior. And again, I don't know if that means if kids walk out. The question is, as a juvenile attorney, how do you physically, constitutionally stop kids from walking out? Like, that's what a protest is about, is they are creating an inconvenience, and they are walking out of school in protest. I mean, that's literally, if, again, are we expecting the kids to protest by just staying in school? That's not what a protest is. In any event, What they are now done to the more to come that Greg Abbott's talking about is they have a mandate to count the student's absence for the class they walk out of, which again seems completely fair. I'm 100% for that. I assume they would be anyways. So then when the school counts them absent, the school doesn't get funding. But I'm not sure that how the school and staff are supposed to address this. Maybe you could put in the comments what you think on how does the school, I mean, the school didn't want these kids walking out, right? That's the point. And now they're going to lose funding, right, if they didn't already, because I assume they would have had to count these kids' absence anyways. But they have to now. And so once they do, the school will get less funding. And you think the students care, like, what is the school supposed to do? Like, punish them with more than an absence? Maybe lock them up? Let me tell you something. And if you have children, do not let them watch this, okay? If you have high school, middle school age, high school especially age children, like turn them away, because this is, you do not want them to hear this. If more than like 50 students are part of it, you got no power. Just telling you. You're going to give detention to more than 50 students? Guess who that's going to affect? It's not going to go well. You're going to put them in school suspension? That's not going to go well. Actually, it might go well for the rest of the students, but if we're talking about like half the school, you can't punish half the school. That's kind of the point of a protest. That's why they work. Because if enough people leave, you can't punish them all in an effective way that wouldn't cause you lots of trouble. I mean, can you imagine wrangling 100 kids into detention? Who's going to look after them? How's that going to be? And again, you're detaining them. You're getting them detention for a walkout. Why wouldn't they just walk out of the detention and protest? I mean, in the end, these kids can always walk out. And if more than 50 of them do, man, we're in trouble. And that's what I'm trying to say, which is, I'm not saying to let them walk out, but what I'm saying is the one thing you don't want to do for teenage kids is let them discover that they have the power of numbers, right? I mean, that's not a good thing. Who knows what could happen? Oh, geez, they know.